What's going on, YouTube world? Back with another video for you guys. This time we have Kindred Elise Ezreal. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's going on there with this champ spread. I guess you don't want three Elises? Elise? Elise? Elises? Anyways, three Spider Queens, maybe too much. I love Ezreal. So this deck actually won the Mastering Runeterra qualifier last Sunday in the hands of Salty Simon, along with Darkness and Feel the Rush. So the real question is, what's going on here? Is this deck actually good? And my initial thoughts are that I think Kindred is just very good right now, and we have yet to figure out what the proper shell to put him in looks like. That's my hot take on it. I don't know, though. There's a bunch of great cards in here. Go Hard, great. Thermo Beam, great. Ferros Financier, I love cards like this. I'm super excited to play with him. You just get these big, busty, powerful spells that you have no right playing in your main deck, and you just get to get people with them. I love it. Lets you grind. Glimpse Beyond, one of my favorite cards. Has a bunch of removal and card draw. The full, oh no, 2 time tricks. Okay. And then also this list plays the Sentinels, Burgeoning Sentinel and Buru Sentinel, and these things get real big real fast. So Buru, and they, I guess if you don't know, if you slay a unit with a spell, they get a grant. So this one gets +2/+1, so it'll be a 5/4 Fearsome for 3 mana. This one will be a 3/3 Fearsome for 1 mana. And Fearsome is a very powerful keyword. It's hard to block. And these are just very large units that just get in for a bunch of damage and allow you to kind of chip out your opponent. And then you have the 1 Ledros, 1 Atrocity package, which is a kill on its own. You have a couple of Aloof Travelers, 1 Aftershock. As you can see, a lot of different control elements here. Aloof Traveler is obviously very good against things like Lee Sin Zoe, because you're basically always hitting Lee Sin. Very good against Feel the Rush. You're basically always hitting Feel the Rush. Aftershock, great against anything with landmarks. And then you have the ability to search up these cards with things like Station Archivist or Time Trick. So the deck is very flexible. Of course, you got Go Hard as well, so sort of catch all. The full 3 Vengeance. So we saw this deck in the finals. If you want to see the replay of the finals, you can go check it out on Mastering Runeterra, the YouTube channel. We saw this deck take down a Nivea, which I think it was the Nivea. No, maybe it was Feel the Rush, actually. Shoot, I can't remember. One of them. A deck that was supposed to be the bigger control deck. And this deck was able to just kind of grind and grind and grind and just got there eventually. So I'm interested to see where it's at. There's another Kindred deck that I'm really interested in. Kindred Viego, using a lot of the units from Thresh Nasus, all the sacrifice ones, the really cheap ones, to activate Kindred and activate Viego. Kever from Mastering Runeterra Pro Team posted a list that he said he liked and was having a lot of success with it. I played a few games with it last night. I really liked it. I'll have a video on that coming up pretty soon. Kindred Ashe, I see people playing a lot. I don't totally understand this combo, but c'est la vie. So I think, what is in this deck? I actually don't remember. Okay, I'm going to hedge. I'm going to keep a Financier because it's an early drop that at least, we'll have something going on the board. I'm going to keep the Sentinel maybe too. Then maybe I'll throw out the Vengeance. I kind of want the Vengeance because both of these champs are totally worth vengeancing, but I'm going to keep a Mystic Shot. This is just a general kind of, early game hand. Like, we're going to have some interaction. We're going to be able to do stuff. These Financiers will give us some stuff to do in the late game. No matter what, we're not going to get blown out, which is really what I'm looking for here. We could start with the Sentinel, but I like this. Okay, I'm going to have to read some of these. Hex Tech Anomaly. When you draw or create me in hand, or each round start, while I'm in your hand, transform me into a random 6+ cost spell. Oh. So literally it would just become any random Any random from anywhere, 6+ cost spell. Okay, do we want the heroine? Kind of? Kind of not really. Okay, I'm just gonna take this one. Because it'll also get us something from other... Wow, that's actually pretty good. Drop Blast pretty freaking good. That's like super ideal. We could Thermoblast this now, but no, I don't want to. Wow, I'm actually tempted just to like throw this guy in front. The massive card disadvantage. I can't do it. Hurts me too much inside. Well, the real question is, do we want to get this Sentinel down, go for a Vile Feast or something, or do we just play out another Financier? I think we'll just go... I think we'll start with the Financier. Another hashtag anomaly where we could roll... Yeah, it doesn't say from your regions, right? We just happened to get one. That was PNZ. Give it all. Yada, 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 yada. Ruination actually pretty good against them. Don't hate that. I'm going to just take a Ruination.
Day for progress.
Oh, it changes. Oh, it changes every turn. I'm not going to lie. That's kind of cool. Stack a little bit unnecessary. By kind of cool, I mean kind of stupid. I probably should have taken it. But later in the game, it's going to get real interesting. Trollshank, okay. You got us. So now we're going to go to turn 4. We're going to be able to drop both of our Sentinels, and we'll have 2 mana up for a Thermo Beam or a Mystic Shot or a Vile Feast to kill one of their units with the spell, turning on all our guys. And they'll be able to turn the corner real fast here, start laying the beats. What's this? Toss 3, deal 7 to a unit. Interesting. How fun is this card? Oh, I didn't realize it did it every turn. That's awesome. Reading is tech. In the late game, we're like, what are we gonna get? What's next? What's next? This is too awesome. I'm actually really glad we grabbed this because I kind of want to see how this works out. If there's no other good options, this is like not a terrible option. Just keeps giving you new looks later in the game. Okay, so Papo, while we're young, at what point do I start emoting them? Never. That's when. Just gonna sit here, click on my little dragon. Oh, I ate the fireworks. Ooh. Can we get some Tums? Did they disconnect? Maybe. That'd be sad. This was... Oh.
Sends its regards.
Seems like maybe they're just not there. They're just timed out randomly. Maybe their phone ran out of battery and they're running down to their computer. Anyone else ever do that? Happens to me all the time. Well, we could just start taking passes, but I really hope they come back. Please. Please reconnect. Please reconnect. Please reconnect. I guess not. Well, that's super unfortunate. What is it now? Will they reconnect on this turn? I think if you time out 3 times in a row after the first one, I think it just disconnect, like it just drops you from the game, I think. Nope. Not yet. Well, as much as you love to win, it's not really what we're here for. We're here to learn. So, slightly unfortunate. Definitely learned a few things, though. Like that one card that got put into our hand and changed every single turn. Did not realize how that worked. And at first I was kind of like, oh, that's unfortunate because we had a good card and then it switched to like a bad card. But then I realized it was just going to keep switching. And I was like, oh, okay. Don't hate it. All right, up against spiders. A true test. A true test because we have no healing and our deck is a little dirtily. Oh, man. These are some good... This might be like a god draw against spiders. Maybe not quite. Maybe this Mystic Shot could be something like maybe a Mystic Shot for a 3rd Vile Feast or something. But like, this is absurd. Vile Feast is so good against them. Okay, well, I guess we're taking 2 here.
Thinking I'll learn soon.
Do we start with a Vile Feast? I think so. This is another great draw. It's a fearsome blocker that gets us another piece of removal. Yeah. But I still had all these. Didn't even get to see the rest of our insane hand. All right, maybe we'll actually get to play a game. I'm just going to slap 100% win percentage on the thumbnail and call it a day. For those 2 games. Oh, man. That's so unfortunate. Our hand was insane. This is like the point where if I was streaming, I'd be like, are they in the chat? Because like they just knew they didn't want to fight through that. Because whoever concedes on turn 2, it was 1 Vile Feast. I still had more. I gotta say, I love this background art. Big fan. Ooh, Lurk. Okay. Another very tough challenge. What do we want against Lurk? Mystic Shot, pretty good against them. Probably gonna keep Elise. And what else? Maybe a Financier, just to have some early game. Man, yeah, I'm not really sure what I want in this matchup. These cards all seem fine. I'm trickle a little slow. You know what? Not bad. We'll take it.
Can a spirit fight to the death? Thinking I'll learn soon.
What was that about? A spirit fighting to the death? That didn't sound like a good time. They come from that, like,
Come closer. I don't.
What was that?
bite.
It's that whole episode where...
We can always rely on you to keep us safe.
I don't know. I don't remember. I forget. It was with Viego, right?
Listen to me.
Anyways.
So young.
All right. Getting some damage. It's important to clock our opponent. Because Lurk does crazy, powerful things in the late game. They're not just an aggro deck. That probably wasn't correct on their part. Ooh, okay, so notice this means that they have a Reksai on top of their deck because they pumped twice here. So I'm just going to free block in here. Eat 4. Hurts. Not sure if we want to play this Financier. I think maybe we just want to Thermo Beam for 3. And then we have to open for 5, 6. It's not the worst. Not great at it though. And then next turn, go open for 6. Then next turn we could drop Aloof Travelers. So what do we want to hit? We want to hit like Pyke and stuff. Oh, I see. They put Reksai on top, of course. Duh. That's why they cast that spell. I love that she hums the itsy bitsy spider. It's so good. Yeah. Okay. We'll just go Financier. Oh wow. Oh wow. Those are some cards. Oh my gosh. I want all of them. I'm gonna go HO.
When I can. Shut up when I can.
I'm gonna go HO. Just try to race them. That was a huge draw. So now we can go Sentinel, and then we can Thermo Beam something like this Sharkling, and then get a big attack in. Oh, just playing it out defensively. That's so annoying. Okay, well, I still think we'll kill this while we have exactly 2 mana. We might still just attack. Bone Skewer. Okay. No, we definitely don't attack. They were happy to just throw away their Reksai to prevent some damage there. Okay, I think we're gonna drop an Aloof.
Look, a thing.
Elle, that's not ours.
Out of a Jawfish. This has 8+ power. We afford to take 6 here. It's a little risky. I really just want to start getting damage on them so we can try and go for this Atro finish. Okay, I'm gonna eat it. Financier. So let's see. Just Vengeance. This now. We're guaranteed to get in for a decent amount of damage here. They play 1 unit. Though, I was going to say Pyke Champ Spell would have been a real problem. Okay, so we're getting in for a minimum 7, which puts them to 10. Also, if we put 5 damage on here, we're not super unhappy about that because we can Vile Feast it now. Assuming that they don't have a Reksai on top, I guess. I'm not sure how this one works. Oh man, we drew another Atrocity, which actually might not be bad. We can throw 2 things at them now. Okay, that's a little bit bad. So we block, take like 5-ish. They only have 1 mana. What am I... The only thing I'm thinking about now is if they have a Reksai on top, does this go to 8 and then get the buff? I would assume so, but Lurk is so weird. I always forget how Lurk works. Because I kind of feel like you attack and then you get the Lurk trigger. So it doesn't. But that would be a big question mark. Okay, I'm gonna risk it.
Light is a lure in the dark.
So a lot of things happen. I mean, first off, they would have to have a Reksai on top. Ooh. I guess that's not that big of a deal. So now I'm wondering, which one of these two do I even Vile Feast? Because we could just block this one with the 2/2 currently. Okay, this is a tad crazy, but we have all the atrocities we could ever want. Kind of want this Progress Day. I mean, we already have 2 atrocities. We don't need an atrocity, and making a couple 3/3 is not going to do anything. Okay, so they miss Lurk completely. So we go here.
I hate traffic.
I think we go here. We go there.
Watch your toes.
And then we kill that. Where does that leave us? Pretty decent spot. Well, so we'd open. They're forced to trade off their overwhelmed unit with our 5/4. Otherwise, we just atrocity win.
And I'm out.
We still have a time trick that we could go dig for some more burn also. So Mystic Shot. So assuming they block here, they go to 6. Atrocity, this plus this is only 5. Kind of just want to shoot off this Progress Day. Should probably attack first, though.
But I look right fierce.
Attack, see what they do with their blocks. Maybe they have a Pyke spell. Okay. They accept. They go to 6. That's what they do now. Not sure what problem is that. Since they didn't get that last Lurk trigger, this being on 6 is like pretty huge. Playing progress state here is like so greedy. I'm pretty sure we're probably just supposed to time trick and then we'll have like what, each other face? Nah, screw that. Let's go, YOLO. Okay, those are some cards. Huh, maybe
Well,
we should have progress
just,
stayed
wanted to see
before
the
we
world.
attacked.
There's nothing.
I didn't really think about all the things we could have gotten. Oops. Oops. We did also happen to hit a bunch of cheap stuff, but the deck is pretty full of cheap stuff. Okay, so we still don't have lethal. We can do those. If we kill this, does it still... No, it doesn't kill our spider. So probably do that. And then we're looking pretty good.
What?
Do we just... do we just pass? Will we need extra mana for the Thermo Beam? I mean, we have so much mana now, we can just pass. Why would they not attack also? Okay, that does nothing. I mean, kills our Elise, but does nothing other than that. Right? Double check, triple check. Good.
So young.
So we could pass again and block the Spiderling Thermo. I don't hate that. Okay, they're smart enough not to attack. What's Ezreal at? 3 of 6. At this point, I'm trying to think of how we lose this game. Because there's not many ways.
The world's a big place.
So I think we start with
Let's see
Ezreal.
all of it.
And I think they're just dead.
Watch and learn. Can't stop me.
There we go. Well, I mean, technically, they're still not dead. Because if we go hit them down to 1 and then we Atro, they could still use either Bone Skewer or Death from Below to kill our unit in response. So let's map this out. I think actually what we do is we just go and look for burn. First. We totally miss. How much burn do we have in this deck? Not that much, actually. Oh, oops. Okay.
I know you're thinking and stuff, but could you maybe speed things up a little?
So yeah, so we have 1 Aftershock, 1 Mystic Shock left in the deck. Darn. Do we want any of these? Not really. Definitely didn't want that either, though. We could kill both their units.
Firing!
But I don't think either of these are really going to kill us. Hit him, hit him. I wonder if we had an Ezreal level there somewhere. 4, 5. Okay, well, I guess maybe if they drop like another Drollfish, but then we would just H-O in response. I'm kind of tempted just to Thermo Beam again for 0. Yeah. Because if they drop like a Reksai or something, we have to be able to kill it. Oh, we do a Vengeance. Okay. Well, I guess we just Atro them. Do we Go for the kill right now. Because if they have Bone Skewer or Death from Below, we lose the game. If we Vengeance on Reksai right here, we lose the game if they have another Overwhelm unit. I didn't see... we should have been tracking the card in their hand. I didn't see if they just drew this Reksai or not. Because if they had a removal spell, I gotta think they would have used it last turn on Ezreal. So that if they had just drew this Reksai, I would say this is not a removal spell. Alright, we're just gonna go for it. Cool. Yeah, so it turns out we would have won no matter what we did. But that's where paying attention to hand tracking makes such a huge difference. Or it's just like very important. Because almost for sure they kill our Ezreal last turn, right? If they have a removal spell. So we know if they didn't draw a removal spell that turn, almost for sure they don't. They can't have it. When they were at what? They were at 6 and they let an Ezreal connect? Like, that's suicidal. Okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, deck is legit. Has a lot of power. Grinds really hard. A lot of really interesting control elements. A lot of one-ofs that I really like. Can attack the opponent from a lot of different angles. Has a lot of card draw. So it's able to find these one-ofs, these silver bullets, as we call them. And then the Ferros Financier also throwing a big curveball with all those manifested 6+ cost spells from your regions. And also Gohard, which we never really got to see do anything either. But Gohard also in there doing some work. Yeah, real interesting. I'm excited to play with Kindred decks a lot more. A 4 mana, 4/3 quick attack is a beating. It is really hard to deal with that. And then the ability on it is also really powerful. And it's quite easy to activate. It seems kind of difficult sometimes, but they block, activates. If you glimpse one of your own guys, activates. Kill anything, activates. In the other deck, maybe I'll give you guys a quick sneak peek. Boop, 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 boop. Where is it? Do I have it? Here it is. Kindred Viego plays a bunch of like Ravenous Butchers, Wings of the Wave, the full 3 Glimpse, and so it's really easy. Spirit Leeches. It's really easy to activate not only Viego, but also Kindred and flip them. Huh. I wonder if there's like an amalgamation of the two decks somewhere out there. Long story short, there's some good stuff going on with Kindred. And this is the kind of thing that I'm trying to stress to everyone. But everyone's kind of like, is this deck good? Or is that deck good? Or what's the best deck? You're kind of asking the wrong question a lot of the time. More so, you want to see how certain strategies or cards are really powerful. So right now, I can tell there's something, this new Kindred buff has put it up from being like basically unplayable to like very playable, like very, very, very good. Like one of the better champions out there. And we're just kind of scratching the surface on trying to figure out how to best use Kindred. It also depends on what the meta looks like, on where you want to be, focusing your attention on what you need to beat. Is Poros popular? Is Ahri Kennen popular? Are they not? Is Feel the Rush popular? Is it not? These are the kinds of things we have to figure out, because Kindred is typically in a control shell. And so it's like, do you want denies? Or do you want, like the other deck, do you want like Mystic Shots? Well, it depends what your opponents are doing. So, long story short, though, I'm going to be spending a lot of time playing Kindred decks and learning the ins and outs of Kindred and the synergies. And, they're also a really interesting champ. Lots of times I'll do things where I'll play, for instance, like a Ravenous Butcher, and I'll mark one of their units, but then I'm like, oh, like now I don't want to attack because their unit's already marked, and then I won't get the trigger for my Kindred. So I'm just going to be putting a lot of time learning Kindred, trying different Kindred decks, because I think I probably have a big edge to gain by bringing a really powerful Kindred deck to Seasonals. So that's the kind of little information that I'm trying to find when I'm playing these games. Not so much like, this deck beats spiders, yay. You know what I'm saying? All right, so as always, keep a learning mindset, and you cannot lose. I will see you guys again tomorrow. Peace.